looking at you guys text at night is the worst.
Why?
Because a lot of times, to me, it has no context.
Oh, well, why? If you were watching the game, I mean, it should have had context.
I just started laughing. I hung up my phone and put my phone away when I saw guy's name is Tony Brothers and he's an only child. I'm like, I see where this is going. I'm out.
Tony Brothers. Listen, here's the thing. Tony Brothers needs to answer for his crimes. This guy.
What happened?
He ejected Bam with 20 seconds left as a show pony. He ejected Bam Adebayo for sass. And Bam, after the game, was pissed because he says, my mother taught me one thing. When you speak to somebody, you look him in the eye. And this guy wouldn't explain anything to me. Wouldn't even look at me and explain to me his calls, which were garbage. Bam Adebayo, 2 free throws yesterday. 2 free throws. An atrocity. Ridiculous. They were living in the paint yesterday. And what does Tony Brothers do? Swallow the whistle. By the way, fresh off a suspension. Mm-hmm. What referee gets suspended for sass?
Mm-hmm. He got suspended?
He called what was the term that he called Spencer Dinwiddie? And he got suspended for it.
It was egregious. Much like his calls yesterday. But am I surprised that there was sketch calls in Boston?
No, of course not.
Look at Spo talking to the ref right now.
Wait a minute.
It was ridiculous.
Can I just say?
It really was.
Can I just say, you guys worry about the wrong crap.
No.
You almost gave up a 50 burger. You think maybe that's the reason why?
Oh, yeah. He called Spencer Dinwiddie a bleep ass mother bleeper.
Wow.
On the court.
A ref said
that? Ref called a player that.
Leroy, has a ref ever said that to you?
Nope.
That's why he got suspended for he's the worst ref in the league. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. And he's a show pony. Look at me.
The only time I ever got in trouble with an official is we were playing. I forgot who we were playing, and I got mushed. Like in the end zone. The guy mushed me in the face and pushed my helmet. And I got up and I didn't retaliate. I went to the official. I said, it's your job to control this. If you don't, I'm going to take matters into my own hand. Let's not forget we had this conversation.
I get you. But this NBA refereeing, and especially Tony Brothers, first of all, Bam never gets techs. He never gets technical fouls.
No.
And he gave him 2 with 20 seconds left. Game was out of reach at that point.
He went back to back?
Back to back.
Rapid fire?
Pew, pew, out. Send him to the showers early.
So for 20 seconds, it's going to cost Bam a game check.
It's going to cost him dough. Yeah.
And with 20, now most officials will give him 1 tech and then just
Bam yesterday. And look, I want to say Jason Tatum was amazing yesterday. I'm not doing the Monty Williams. Ooh, that's why we lost.
You kind of are.
I'm not though.
You kind of are.
I'm not.
I mean, because I started this by saying you gave up almost a 50 burger. That's why you lost.
He was great. He was amazing yesterday.
Okay.
He was amazing yesterday. No, it's a little lopsided. He got 16. Brand got 2 free throws. Come on, dude.
Here we go.
A little lopsided.
Hey.
Did Bam say that was the
No.
Did Bam say that was the reason?
Marcos, did I not tell you at some point during a season the shoe would be on the other foot?
But
and he
It's not the same.
Did I not say
it's
this?
It's not the same, though, dude.
Marcos!
Dude, it's not the same.
Did I not say
it's not the same?
Just because you said I'm not
it's
complaining.
It's not the same, though, dude.
If you're not complaining, you don't bring it up.
I'm relaying the message for our guy, dude. Bam Adebayo, who said yesterday.
Has your wife, hold on.
What?
Has D ever come up to you and said, look, it's not that I'm complaining, but can you blah, 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 blah. And your first words are, that's complaining.
No, I would never say
that.
It
is your, oh my goodness.
We have a discussion like adults.
-1 for straight up lying.
You can't give me -1 for that. This is a different thing.
No, it's not.
Dude, it is
just
different.
lying.
Dude,
you're
lying. Something right now.
You're
it is
lying.
way different.
We had this conversation.
I am defending the honor of our friend.
We had this conversation.
Okay, but it's
and
not
I said
the same.
At some point,
it's not the same.
You're going to complain about the calls.
But I'm not complaining about the calls. I am complaining about Tony Brothers' behavior. His behavior
you didn't
was egregious.
say anything about free throws.
Dude.
You did.
He only had 2 free
hey,
throws.
-1. You're lying again.
2 free throws for Bam
-1.
was egregious. Leroy, he was losing his mind. When does Bam lose his mind?
Okay.
It's not Monty Williams who's like, oh, where are free throws? Oh, I don't know, jump shot city. They were off in the 3-point line. Where do you want your free throws? Bam lives in the paint. Did you see those buckets he had yesterday? Lefty. Oh, he did hit a 3 yesterday. It was good. Love it. But anyway, this guy, and you know what he said after the game? Do you want to know what Bam said after the game, J-Fig?
I know what I'm going to say in the next 5 minutes. Where's the whiskey?
Marcos. Oh, man, that would be really good. Can we drink whiskey?
Yeah,
Whiskey today's show. Would that be unbecoming?
Well, I mean,
Uh,
there's a town hall today.
Marcos, do you want to know what Bam said after the game yesterday?
Please, I need to know.
Leroy, do you want to know what Bam said?
No.
He said, I want Tony Brothers to hit the podium. Answer for your crimes, which I really like.
Well,
Why do these refs get to hide behind? What
see, that's what I hate. I hate the fact that as an athlete, right, you are forced. Not you do it, but technically you have to. And some reporters will make sure they mention that you have to answer the questions. And we have to be able to answer for everything that happened during the course of a game, right?
Yep.
Why don't the officials?
I don't know. Why?
Put them behind a glass booth like a police station.
Yeah.
And just have them ask questions.
They talk to like one little pool reporter every now and then. And you want to know when they don't have to? Oopsie daisy, a 2-minute report. Sorry for all mistakes, everybody. What?
Dude.
That's the
Minus
Sorry,
one
everybody.
for clowniness. Just being a clown.
I apologize for my mistakes in the last 2 minutes. Blip,
Can
blip,
we-
blip, 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 blip.
You know what we need? -1 for jackassery.
No, well, we kind of have one for show poniness. So.
-1.
You sound like the guy that goes, berries and cream, berries and cream.
That's what it's like, though. When you send out that 2-minute report, you're like, oh, sorry for errors. You know, like they had the Royals there yesterday. That's what it's like. Somebody who runs the Crown. Oh, sorry that Prince Harry was there yesterday and he spilled a drink on the hardwood. Yes.
What has happened?
Berries and cream, berries and cream. Oh, I'm a little out of berries and cream.
That's Tony Brothers right there. That's him. Oh, sorry, Bam. I got a little sensitive. I was just trying not to call anybody a bleep ass mother bleep anymore.
Clearly he didn't.
Clutching his pearls as he says that.
It's ridiculous. I am so upset. What kind of behavior is this from Tony Brothers?
Marcos?
This is not the same.
Marcos?
This is not the same.
He's trying to justify it, but in his own way, he's doing the same
First of
thing
all,
Monty Williams
No,
did.
I'm not doing the same thing.
You are.
No, I'm
you
not.
complaining about
I'm not.
officiating
No.
when it really had nothing to do with the outcome of the game.
It did. Well, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Very even game. Very even game. You got to say that was a close game yesterday. They had a
Yes.
little pull away at the end.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum was amazing. He also had a parade to the free throw line. Yeah, Jason
You're
Tatum.
doing it again.
Jason
-1.
No. Seriously though, Jason Tatum like breeze. Oh, send Jason Tatum to the free throw line.
Yeah.
Bam gets mauled. No call. No call. Spo was losing it yesterday. Dude, Leroy. At one point, they tugged his jersey
You
out.
are doing
No, I'm not doing
the
it.
same
It's
thing
not the same thing.
and trying to
I'll
justify
tell you why it's
it.
not the same thing. I'll tell you why it's not the same thing. Because Monty Williams in that Suns game hit the evidence pointed to you didn't deserve free throws. Everything was out of the paint. That's not how Bam lives. You know that. Dude was getting Al Horford 1 foul. He's 40. 1 foul. Grant Williams, he's allowed to do
Wait,
whatever he wants. You want to
so,
know why?
Question.
Because they're on the take from the O'Keefe Mafia there in Boston.
So basically what you're saying is that Al Horford, who really plays on the perimeter,
He doesn't though.
he does.
Not in defense. No, he doesn't.
Yep.
Okay, no, he doesn't though. You're saying incorrect things.
You're saying he should have more than 1 foul just because.
No, he should have more than 1 foul because he did have more than 1 foul. They just didn't call it.
And why do I feel like I knew this was going
I don't
to
want to
come
call
at
him that
some
busy,
point?
but like
I knew this was coming at some point, and you denied it. You denied
it's not
it.
the same thing.
And now we're sitting here. You're going to put a little twist on it, but yes, it is.
Dude.
It's complaining about officiating.
not every death is murder. Okay, not every death is murder.
It's
And
about to be one
no.
up in here.
I'm telling you right now,
Like, what you talking about?
what happened last night to the Heat which I'm not saying is the reason they lost. Okay, I'm not saying it's the reason they lost.
Yeah,
I'm
wait,
not saying that.
wait.
But
You haven't mentioned anything else.
no.
You haven't mentioned
But
anything else.
it would be nice, no Jimmy Butler last night. It would be nice in a true game.
An alternative.
It would
theory.
be nice with no Jimmy Butler last night. Call the game even. Call it even. Call it right down the middle. But they got influenced. They got influenced by royalty. Oh, look, it's Jason Tatum. What do you think, Duchess? Oh, send him to the he sent him to the parade line. That's not what they call it, Prince. Whatever. Soccer, basketball. Good time, chaps.
You are a buffoon.
What are you doing in me dungeon?
That's.
I hope you never meet the Royals.
No,
You want to know something?
Chloe,
I never want to meet the Royals.
The Struts put out
I
the
would
memo.
never want to meet the Royals.
The Struts put out the memo.
I'm so sick of
You're
the
not meeting
Dude,
any
let me
more
tell you
people.
something right now. I don't care if it's a duke, a duchess, a prince,
Or
a
a
king,
strut.
a queen. Doesn't matter. I don't want to meet a royal.
How about a Strut?
Okay.
You should meet a Strut this weekend.
The only king I want to meet is the Gypsy King, Tyson Fury. That's it. Other than that, they can kick rocks.
Oh, dude. This, you.
Not surprising you wouldn't defend Bam. He was right. Not surprising.
It has nothing to do with defending Bam. This is about you and you taking the totally opposite side.
I'm not taking
when
the
it
opposite
didn't
side.
fit your team.
One,
You did.
no, one complaint with
Kid-
Monty Williams was
Marcos?
bull bleep, and this one is legit.
Marcos, did we not have this conversation when he was complaining about Monty Williams?
Dude, here's
we
the thing.
had this because I
Monty
said,
Williams.
guess what?
Monty Williams.
Eventually, you're going to
No.
be in the guy in
But
here.
I'm not complaining first about free throws. First, I'm complaining about Tony Brothers' behavior, which, by the way, has evidence of being abhorrent. Because what referee do you know gets suspended for sass? Okay. Then I'm going with Bam Adebayo getting kicked out of a game, which never happens.
It'll get returned.
Okay, great.
Overturned.
Guess what? Damage is done. And that's what I'm talking about. These referees have no accountability. And that's what Bam is saying. Answer for your crimes. And instead, what they do is, ooh, the 2-minute report. Thanks.
The only Royal Tobin like is the Burger King Royal Crispy Chicken.
Yikes.
Dates out. -1 for hypocrisy.
I think he's talking about you.
-1.
No, it's for you.
I think it's talking about you.
What are you talking about?
What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you?
I'm merely just pointing out something that I told you I was going to point out. A week and a half ago?
Whatever you say, Leroy O'Horde. Should we start talking about Tom Brady being the greatest? Didn't realize we were doing a show on WEEI, the Murph.
See? This is what we do.
Unbelievable. Home team, this guy, huh?
No, it hasn't. This has nothing.
You'd rather pigeonhole me and get me than talk about the task at hand.
No.
That's true.
Here's the problem.
It's true.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Because I pointed out to you, and it's the only reason why
It's
I
not
said,
the same thing.
why isn't it?
Because they're complaining about two different things. Monty Williams was making excuses, and Bam Adebayo was talking about behavior of a ref. They're different.
You didn't say anything about free throw.
Well, the free throw.
Hold on.
There's a reason why he's upset.
You didn't.
There's a reason
wait.
why he's upset. No,
You
no,
didn't
no.
sit down here and talk about free throw disparity.
Listen to me, Peter Pan. All right, I need you to grow up here for a second and put on your big boy ears. Obviously, free throws have something to do with it. That's why he's upset. But what he's more upset by is disrespect of an official who has a track record of being disrespectful. And even you have been on the show many a times and have said what he wants, which is accountability, which this referee
Correct.
did not have. Good, you agree with me.
No,
Good,
no.
I'm great. We got to go to break.
Dude,
What's
we
up?
just had a situation.
What happened?
So we're in there looking at pictures of fruitcake, and I'm trying to explain to these two youngins what is actually in a fruitcake.
And each
I
one
don't know
gets
what's in
worse,
it.
by the way.
It gets worse. Each picture gets
just
worse and worse because you see the little pieces of fruit. And I was telling the story about my daughter in Publix. She thought they were gummy bears, and she pitched a fit about the gummy bears. I'm like, that's not gummy bears. Gummy bears, I'll find. These are nasty. So she goes, JP goes, who even eats fruitcake? I'm like, old people. Old people come over to your house. They always bring a fruitcake. I don't know why. I never see anybody perusing in Publix. And Publix has it on showcase like it's a new car
Mhm.
every year. So
It does look fun to make.
so we tested the theory.
Fun. Yeah, it looks like that's all that it's there for.
They even have fruitcake cheesecake.
Mhm.
Disgusting. So we tested the theory. They go, who eats fruitcake? Old people.
Mhm.
I said, hey, Lynn, you eat fruitcake? If you have it, I'll eat it. Yeah. So there you go. There's the demographic. Lynn.
You seem like you're not that rats off a ship on it. You like
Yeah.
fruitcake, dude?
I have actually never had a fruitcake.
Gotcha.
Testing. I'm going to get one.
Why?
Yeah.
We're gonna
'Cause we're
have
gonna
a show
taste it.
tasting.
But I don't want
For the holidays,
No.
dude.
It's a
We're
holiday.
gonna be
Come
jolly.
Who cares?
on.
Are you chewing gum?
No.
What do you got going on right now? What are you eating?
No, don't
What do you got right now?
don't
You have candy?
don't change the
No,
subject.
no. What are you eating?
Do
right
you
now?
have
He
candy?
has fruitcake.
You holding out?
No, fruitcake doesn't crunch.
Oh, he's got M&Ms. That's
M&Ms,
He's got
huh?
peanut M&Ms. He's eating right on the
I
air.
thought they were done.
You didn't pay your taxes today, Leroy.
Amazing. All right. Can we hear from Bam Adebayo after yesterday's game? He was thrown out by Tony Brothers. He was not pleased. Here was him on the post game in the locker room with Jason Jackson reporters.
I mean, it's hard to, get a team out of flow when we only shoot 9 free throws and they shoot 23. I feel like that's the deciding factor right there. I feel like we shoot 18, we in the 18 total free throws, we in the ball game.
Bam, obviously the frustration boils over at the end. We see a lot of times, obviously when a guy becomes a dominant guy, has the ball a lot, sometimes the referees let other teams get away with a little bit more. I mean, it's almost a testament to what you've been doing. How frustrating was it when even Spoke said on the last one, it was kind of obvious you got grabbed?
I mean, me personally, I don't really get bent out of shape about calls. My biggest thing is like, my mom taught me ever since I was younger. If somebody talking to you, look at them dead in their eyes. I feel like that's unprofessional when, players try to come talk to you and you don't look at them and, acknowledge them. I feel like that has to be addressed. And that's conversations we don't get to see. We don't get to hear when, they go in their corners. I feel like they should be put on the podium and have to explain, certain situations throughout the game. But
Did you get any explanation on that?
No.
When you went over to talk?
No. I ask them, am I getting fouled? They tell me no. And then I go watch film and dudes is pushing me. So, it's one of those things where it's kind of like, come on, bro. Like, y'all out here to, make the game fair. And I'm not saying, dudes don't get touched more than others, but, our team shooting a total of 9 free throws, and we're one of the teams that get in the paint, live in the paint, and you telling me we only shoot 9? Come on, man.
As far as you get to play them again,
Bam yesterday.
Spoke said to a degree.
On the situation with Crooked Tony Brothers.
He
Has
was
your
pissed,
opinion
dude.
changed now after hearing from the man himself?
My opinion about all of this situation has never changed.
Mm.
What I was talking about is everybody ends up on this side of it at some point during this long season.
Mhm.
And you're like,
Monty Williams was whining.
and so
That's how you talk
and
about
so
it.
now,
Bam,
now you're doing the same thing.
Bam, much younger than Monty Williams, yet actually handles it like an adult. Monty Williams.
He did mention the free throw disparity.
Yeah, of course. It's part of the story. What do you think? What do you think? He's
so when
he's
Monty
upset
did,
because he wouldn't tell him about the weather?
So Monty did that, and what?
Because Monty Williams was wrong. Monty Williams was making
And Bam
excuses.
it's
Monty
still-
Williams was making excuses about a jump shooting team, and
Still-
Bam Adebayo lived in the paint and got hacked all night and got no calls.
Oh, so you're not necessarily disputing that they're arguing about the same things. You're just giving your guy a valid reason to be arguing.
Leroy,
the same
I could
thing.
argue that I'm a rhinoceros, but I got to have some evidence for it. Monty Williams had no evidence.
I've seen you run. There's a chance people would buy it.
But like, you can argue anything you want. I mean, honestly, these days anybody does. He sounded like a tinfoil hat nut.
Here's what I said.
Bam actually has a
said-
legitimate excuse, a reason.
Everybody that gets caught on the short end of the free throw battle
Mhm.
complains. That's all I said. And you said, no. And no, less than 2 weeks later, you're complaining about the same thing.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about the guy every league has a referee that everybody knows. Okay. Tony Brothers is that referee these days. Everybody knows
Okay.
he's the worst in the league, just like Angel Hernandez in baseball. All right, or Franz O'Malley, the referee in the NHL. Everybody knows who these guys are. And for me to just see like, oh, I'm gonna go about my business and just be a jerk. All right, good for
Okay.
you. Good for you, dude.
Okay.
Good for you.
All right. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying it's the reason they lost. I was happy with the Heat's performance yesterday. I thought it was a really, really good game back and forth.
Can I say this?
Sure.
You say it's not the reason why they lost, but that's all you've been talking about.
Because first of all, it's out of character for Bam. He never gets like this about the referees. And for this referee in particular, who just came off suspension for the way he interacts with players, to do that with 20 seconds left was a joke. It was a joke.
I got it. So I don't have a problem with people complaining about free throw disparity. Everybody does it. That's all I was pointing out to you. You can put some bells and whistles and flowers on
Facts.
it.
I like to call them facts. You like to call them that, but that's only because you want to try and box me in, which you'll never do. I like to call them facts, which is Monty Williams was arguing hocus pocus, like he had an imaginary friend, and Bam is arguing with reality. That's the difference. So we could say we're arguing about the same thing, but they're not.
So and let's be clear.
Mhm.
You don't think all the other people that complain about the free throw disparity don't think that their reasons are valid?
I don't know what they think. I don't know. It's case by case. This one's legit. Monty Williams was hocus pocus. Truth.
You are the worst.
It's the truth.
It's the worst.
Go back and watch that Suns game. They didn't deserve free throws.
Again, I'm not disputing
Bam
any
did.
of that. The first thing every coach does is look at the free throw disparity.
No.
They do.
Spo didn't last
They
night.
always complain about it.
Spo said I share Bam's frustration. He didn't
He
say
didn't have to say
he
it
didn't
because
say-
Bam said it.
he didn't. No. Spo talks first, so wrong. But for Eric Spoelstra, he did not go the route of Monty Williams, a crybaby. He did not act. And one person is directly involved with it. I could let a pass go by for a player who's involved in the interaction directly. Monty Williams, he couldn't out scheme Jimmy Butler shutting down Devin Booker. So what does he do? He boo-hoos about it. Very unbecoming. A leader. A nice man. Listen, a nice man. Very nice man.
Mhm.
But in that moment, it was unbecoming. How many snacks do you have? Like, are you gonna like just give us all of the 5-course meal right in the microphone?
Where'd you get the ice?
We have
There's no ice in this
our
building.
breaks are plenty long for you to sit here and have a meal. You're sitting crunching ice. You're
I did
crunching
not crunch
M&Ms.
an ice.
You're crunching ice, dude.
I'm not crunching ice.
Dude,
You
I
can't
could,
crunch ice.
dude. Yes, you can.
I'm not chewing ice.
Okay, then you're crunching M&Ms with ice. Like you're drinking your soda that has ice in it. So you're either crunching ice or you're crunching M&Ms, but you're crunching.
You're lashing out today.
I'm not lashing out, dude. If anybody's lashing out, let me tell you something. If anybody's lashing out, you're lashing out.
No,
We're
what?
lashing out.
If anybody's
No!
lashing out, it's you.
No.
Because you don't want to sit here and live in Faxville. You want to see, I want to be,
Here's a fact.
I want to be in, let's
Okay,
get
no.
Tobin.
Let's
That's
talk
it.
about facts. Let's talk about facts.
Let's talk about facts.
Every coach who has had a free throw disparity, regardless of who it is, complains about it.
Spo didn't.
I mean, because
So you're wrong.
every
So you're wrong.
all right.
Spo didn't. What did he say? Share his frustration.
And what did Bam say?
Bam went with free throws, but he said I share his frustration of getting kicked out. He didn't hear Bam's quotes before he spoke.
You see how you try to finagle your way around?
I'm
this
not finagling.
situation?
I'm telling you what really happened. You're the
Every-
one who's finagling.
no.
You know what you want to do?
Every
Dude, you know what you're Patrick Swayze with the pottery wheel. That's what you like to do. You like to mold.
Can we pick somebody who's alive?
It's a good scene.
Still like to be alive and kicking.
Well, I don't know anybody else who has a famous pottery wheel. Who is he around at that moment? Who is that Demi Moore in Ghost?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Ghost, right?
Yeah.
Ghost. Glad he knew that because I was going to say Whoopi.
What?
Yeah,
She's in that movie, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Take a break. Back and more for this.